Hey guys, welcome to the Two Thumbs Up Show. I know I'm a new face, but I'm normally behind the cameras. But today we're going to be asking Dr. Todd some questions about our podcast. You can say the sponsors. You're good at it.
Oh yeah. Hey guys. Yeah, we're sponsored by Concussion Pros, Alpine Integrated Health and Injury, Within Consulting. Check us out. They all got websites and different things. Concussion-pros.com. So we'll just do this a little different today.
Yeah.
We had a guest coming on. She had something come up, and we're going to get her on another time. So we decided we'll wing it this way.
Yeah, just a little spontaneous today.
Yeah.
But we're going to do some podcast questions. And the first question is, what inspired you to start this podcast?
Oh, that's a great question. I just... It interests me for sure. Like, I love to have conversations. Conversations about possibilities inspire me. I love getting the brain injury message out there, but I also love human experiences. Like, they're people's, what they've learned from their experiences, and whether it's health related or life related. I love how what the wisdom that comes from people's experiences, and also the organicness of this podcast, where there's zero agenda here. We say we're having conversations and making connections, and those connections are like, I like to talk about how information is shared. The analogy I see is like a synapse, like between two neurons. We got neuron Todd, Dr. Todd over here. We got neuron, Dr. Lily over here. And what's going to fill the space between the communication, between a question that you ask or I ask, and the music or the information that's shared between, and that's the synapse. That's the space between the spaces, like this little space right here. It's like, what are we going to, okay, as I ask a question to a guest, what information is put into the space? And to me, there's so many correlations with that when it comes to relationships and healing and health and information sharing, and without having any preconceived idea to the answer someone may share, but to recognize the harmonics and the rhythm that's coming from their experience. So it's fascinating to me that when someone's speaking from the heart, from their heart, there's a frequency about it, a tone, and for me, that's a beautiful place to dive in to the water and explore possibilities, and that's the beauty of the podcast for me. It's like, I actually love doing the podcast, and not even until I get here this morning or in the morning say, tell me the person's name, because it's not candid. It's not. It's created in the moment. It's like there's certain experiences in life where it's all moment. Yeah. And that's how the podcast is for me. It's a moment thing. And to have someone create a vulnerable space and an open space where someone can share their wisdom, their learning, their experience in a way that I feel is transcendent is such a... Yeah, I love it. It feeds my soul, really, truly. And I feel like, and I didn't realize that when I started the podcast. I wasn't unclear on what I was like, but the purpose is honestly just to communicate, to fill the space with possibilities, and then, see what happens. Like, I call it a free fall experience. Trusting kind of the organicness of what percolates from the infinite world of possibilities.
That's so beautiful.
I don't know. Was that an answer?
That's a beautiful answer.
Yeah.
I love it because I get to edit, and it's such like an honor. But it really is truly organic, and you get to see people's like reaction and emotion behind why they do what they do. Yeah. And I feel like you are so good at like diving deeper, like you said, into their heart and behind it, and question people a little bit deeper than they might have been questioned before. So it's cool because like I've had this happen multiple times. The guests are like, oh, I wasn't expecting it to go that way because it's just new. It's organic. It happens in the moment, and it's so.
And
good.
so this is Lily she's our executive producer. So she's always behind the camera. She gets to be in front of the camera more, as you can see. So so thank you, love.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so the second question I have is, how did you come up with the name Two Thumbs Up Podcast?
Boy. Honestly, it was kind of like I actually thought of names for a long time. Like, I'm like, what is it? What is this thing? Like, and then one day I'm like, I do this a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I just do this a lot. Like, something great's happening, or I'm in, like, I'll be leaving a meeting or something, and I'll do this.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if this is the Wayback Machine, and some of you Waybackers. In the 1970s, there was a show called Happy Days, and the Fonz. Have you ever heard of the Fonz?
I have not.
Arthur Fonzarelli, right? And he'd like, hey, he'd always do the thumbs up thing, and that was kind of his claim to fame back in the 1970s. It was a sitcom like Friends, but way better. No, Happy Days. It was a great. It was this fun set in the 1950s. Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz. He rode his motorcycle, and he was wore a leather jacket, and just. And actually, now that I consider that show, it was actually called Happy Days. And it was so, and I don't know, I guess I always want to be like, I don't know, I just started doing this. Like, even as a little dude. And it was just a nice way to sort of greet somebody, or leave a meeting and I do this, or whatever. And I'm like, how about the Two Thumbs Up Podcast? Because it speaks to me, honestly. I feel like it's a positive thing that communicates a message of gratitude and love, and like, hey, let's go for it. And that's kind of where it came from, honestly, truly. I was like, well, that's something that was always spoken to me, and thanks goodness to Arthur Fonzarelli, and go watch that show. It's probably on TV Land, that station called TV Land, but it was like Tuesday or Thursday nights. It was back when we had to turn the channels ourselves, and we had Laverne and Shirley later, which was a little bit racy. Happy Days was a little earlier, and good old times.
Yeah. It makes a good license plate.
Yeah, it's on my license plate. 2 thumbs up.
Nice gesture. Okay, and the next question is, what have you learned about yourself since starting the podcast?
Great question. Boy, what have I learned about myself? The truth of the matter is, I have learned that I truly enjoy humanity. And what I love and learned that I truly love is the gratitude that always percolates when people have gone through such heaviness. And what I've learned about myself because of that is how humanity's on this beautiful, expansive trajectory, and I love being a part of that. And so I feel like having my own little contribution and the way I do it to the experience of this world is a beautiful thing. It lifts my soul. It edifies my spirit. Like, I love Podcast Day. I say it all the time because it truly is. It feeds me. And I feel like it gives me clarity on what I'm creating through the experience of others. It allows a forum where a dialogue can happen that I find inspiring, which is as I'm inspired by others, I'm inspired by myself. It's created a level of trust in me because I used to avoid, like, this was a fearful thing for me. Like, and now it's quite easy. I love it because I trust what comes. And I also have learned that this isn't about me. I love it that it's not about me because I've done that in my life. Like, oh, it's got to be about Todd, Dr. Todd. What Dr. Todd, I don't know. I know nothing. But inside that nothing contains everything that there is. And to be open to that possibility through the dialogue with another, it's so expansive. It's like I see the tree of life emanating from someone as they share their experience. Like, when I see someone speak from their soul, their essence, their heart, it's as if the tree of life opens up and their body is this beautiful, trunk of the possibilities of existence, and I hear them speak, and as their language is harmonic, it's like, oh yeah, I literally picture what you're saying. And so to me, I've learned there's this great tapestry happening, that little voices and ideas and possibilities, it's like we're creating this orchestra, this tapestry of humanity is doing that, and asking a question, a heartfelt question, all is edified, all is lifted. And so the expansive tree of life is just keeps bearing fruit, because as I recognize the beauty that I can contribute, it's so beautiful to see the beauty that you contribute, and have a trusting space where that dialogue can happen in a free-flowing way without agenda. The agenda-free podcast. We could have called it that, but that's a lot of words. So we just called it Two Thumbs Up. But I've learned that I love humanity. I love communicating. I love hearing harmonics of language.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the flow that happens in a conversation that's heartfelt, that is honest, and that it ebbs of truth, and it's like music to my soul. And it correlates to our healing, that the things we do here at Concussion Pros. It's like the brain, the nervous system resonates with harmonics. It's interesting to me that, music speaks to us. I can feel it. But wouldn't it be beautiful if we used our language harmonically in a way that communicates a message? It's fascinating to me that our ears and our mouths and our eyes are kind of in front of our brains, right? I know this sounds, but I actually love to picture my voice, my ears, my eyes coming from my heart, because it allows me to see and hear and speak things differently. Because I've spoken many, many things over my years from my brain that comes filtered through my history of whatever stories. But if I bypass that, it's the great bypassing, and I can do it from here, and I can hear others speak from here, and then I see from there, and it becomes a different experience. It's like, quite possibly, is this how God sees us? And to me, it's a healing modality. It's energetic. It's a music. It's that grand tapestry. It's like a little beautiful dance that is created in this synapse, in this space. And I would my intention is to have conversations with people where it transmutes energy, shifts energy into a plane of healing, of expansion, of possibilities, of the essence of all it is, which is love to me. Yeah. And they leave here experiencing their beauty, and they go forth into their life, and quite possibly they begin to speak to one another differently. And they communicate a message of transparency and love, where in a world that wants to experience distrust and manipulation, well, I call people like you and others in my life, who's going to stand in the gap, in the space, in the synapse between each other.
Yeah.
It's the great mediator did that. The great, he stood in the gap. Christ stood in the gap, the space between the Pharisees and the woman caught in adultery. He stood there, and he drew a line in the sand and said, "Of you those without sin, cast the first stone."
Yeah.
It speaks a message.
Yeah.
He spoke harmonically. He spoke rhythmically in parables and the beautiful language of Aramaic and Hebrew. We talked about all of these things, but it's fascinating, and that's my intention, is to bring a conversation to the space where people can feel loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do it so well. Like, this is like a small slice of what Dr. T is, and I just feel so grateful to work for you. So thanks, Todd. And so the last question is, where do you see the podcast in the next year or two?
wow, we will just see what the possibilities are.
Yeah.
I mean, I truly have no expectation for it. I love, obviously you've made a huge impact on this, because otherwise this wouldn't be a thing, honestly. So thank you for being part of this, because I'm editing and all these things. It doesn't work for me, but having you do this has created this ability to have a podcast. And where do I see it going? Zero expectations.
Yeah.
I would, anybody that would love to come on the podcast and share your experience, your story, what things you've learned, your wisdom, are all welcome. I would like it to be a refreshing place to just come together. Like it's like the great uniting of possibilities.
Yeah.
And
Whoever, whenever. Those are all the questions I have for today. Thank you again for being in the guest.
Yes, this is fun. This is good.
Today. Yeah.
I love it. And I think, well, again, where it's going is where it's going.
Yeah.
And with the Concussion Pros message, I feel like there's such a great broadcast that gets to happen when it comes to brain injury, the necessity of people to being aware, and the magnificence of their brains. Just on a side note, really quickly, it's like with concussion, it's interesting because we've compartmentalized it just to sort of a brain injury, but what we're finding is it's a nervous system injury, and so to get care, meaning your central nervous system, which your brain and your spinal cord, and so if you have this inflammatory process from whether it's an injury like a concussion, or whether it's you can injure your nervous system through alcoholism and all of these different ways to damage your nerve, and it creates this inflammatory cascade of and it can become chronic. Just sharing the message of brain health is super vital to this podcast and all other forms of health. So I love those topics too.
Yeah.
And we'll just see where the Two Thumbs Up podcast goes.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow us on our socials, we're going to do more lifestyle stuff, post all the good stuff, not just brain stuff, but
all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Because life is wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Let's live it. Let's do it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Two Thumbs Up podcast.
Yeah.
And if you have anything, you can close out.
Yeah, we love you guys. Lily, thanks for sitting in the hot seat today, or I guess I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah.
But Lily, thank you. She's the greatest executive producer that there is. Super grateful for all you do, and thank you for this was another free fall experience like we always have.
Thank you.
Again, our guest had some car issues, but we'll get her on again soon. So.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, love y'all. Thank you. 2 thumbs up.